Hello everyone, my name is Ross Tremblay, and in this presentation, we'll be discussing some different marketing strategies in order to determine which is the most suitable for Target's upcoming advertisement campaign. As you can see here, a few of the criteria we will be basing our choices from will be the cost, effectiveness, and limitations of each marketing strategy. As you may know, Target is readying to roll out an ad campaign for an upcoming anniversary sale, and determining the best medium in which to deliver these advertisements is crucial. Deciding between direct mail, social media, and magazine marketing, we believe that social media marketing is the best course of action for this campaign, mainly due to its low cost and high relevance within Target's main demographic. To describe each more in depth, direct mail, as described in Collins English Dictionary, is a marketing strategy that involves the company sending advertisements directly to consumers who fit their target audience and are therefore assumed to be interested in the product or service. Social media marketing, also known as paid social, is one of the most utilized forms of advertisement in recent years. Social media can be a great way to promote a business with options such as running paid ads on different platforms or boosting company posts to increase interaction. Magazine marketing is utilized by advertisers in order to present detailed messages alongside visually appealing graphics to influence the consumer to purchase a product or service. This is one of the most popular forms of marketing. As previously mentioned, we'll be comparing these strategies based on the criteria of cost, as in how much money will be invested, effectiveness or return on investment, and the limitations or downsides of each strategy. To touch upon the cost of each strategy, assuming that Target is using Instagram for a portion of their social media campaign, we can say that 1,000 impressions will cost roughly $3 to $10. Comparing this to magazines, depending on the relevance of the magazine and how complicated the ad is, prices can range from $500 to $20,000 per ad. In addition to this, depending on the intended reach of a direct mail campaign, it can cost anywhere from $1,600 to $5,000 to launch. While it can be said that any strategy can be more expensive based on intended reach, social media is cheaper on average, as illustrated in this graph. It is important to note that these costs do not factor in the price of creating an ad, only the distribution of said ad. Moving on to effectiveness, we'll be measuring the success of the ad by the number of customers that engage with it. With social media, it is easy to measure this as the account owner is granted access to insight on how many clicks are generated by an ad. While these numbers are useful, the company can always base the success of a campaign based on the growth in relation to its average numbers after a campaign is launched, and this is true regardless of what type of campaign was employed. Drawing your attention to the graph, you can see how this illustrates millennials' attention based on the social media marketing they are being exposed to. Millennials are one of the highest spending demographics in the world, spending an estimated $1.4 trillion each year, meaning a successful ad campaign should target some of these high-spending groups. In a recent study by Quad Graphics and Customer Focus, it was shown that 77% of millennials pay attention to direct mail, and 51% read magazines. 79% of millennials actively use social media. These numbers correlate directly to the effectiveness of campaigns aimed at the demographic, and are critical to consider. That being said, of course each has their own drawbacks. Though the average user age is growing rapidly, social media is still the strongest with younger audiences, while direct mail and magazines are still very popular among older audiences. Ultimately, the advertiser must determine the best option for the demographics they wish to appeal to the most. The chart below illustrates what percentage of internet users each group accounts for, showing that millennials are clearly the largest group on the internet currently. To briefly summarize, while there are many criteria to consider, based on the ones highlighted here, social media is a clear forerunner, as it boasts a lower base cost, and in terms of millennial attention, social media is essentially tied with direct mail. Furthermore, Target's lead demographic leans towards millennials and even younger, both groups being heavy internet users. To conclude our findings, social media advertising proved to be the strongest choice presented for Target's campaign. The internet is the most popular and important space for advertisements at the moment. It is important that companies be forward-thinking and branch their operations into new territory in order to grow. I hope that these findings are of use to you, and thank you for listening.